What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your day. We're going to get into the news. I halfway through and had to restart because there was video playing, so that sucks. Anyways, let's get back into it. God's promises for everyday need, New King James Version, 335 pages, and let's see what God has to say. You are deserted by loved ones. Page 167. And those who know your name will put their trust in you, for you, Lord, have not forsaken those who seek you. Psalms chapter 9, verse 10. For the Lord will not cast off his people, nor will he forsake his inheritance. Psalms 94, chapter 94, verse 14. So, let's get into the news. There's a lot of stuff to kind of cover, so let's get into it. We're going to start with this story with Netanyahu. So, Netanyahu defiant after Biden's hot mic moment. We're not getting off the gas. This is talking about the State of the Union address when Biden was caught with an open mic, and just saying, the House floor, State of the Union address where Biden said Netanyahu would and him would have a come to Jesus moment. Biden then warned Israel on MSNBC that invading Rafah would be crossing the red line. However, he quickly clarified that there was no red line where he would withdraw support for the U.S. ally. On Monday, Netanyahu would agree with Biden protecting innocent civilians, but would keep fighting Hamas until the end, despite the president's concern. And this is the thing where Biden is trying to play both sides. He's fighting for Hamas, and he's also fighting for Israel, and trying to label it all as protecting Israel, and it's a sham. It's a sham. It's all this aid and stuff that's going through is going through Hamas. It's not going through Israel or Benjamin Netanyahu. So, it's interesting, right? When we read here, co-host asked Netanyahu if Biden's red line comment calls for a ceasefire had fractured the U.S. relationships with Israel, and if the country was being pressured to pull back against Hamas. I'm telling you that we're not getting off the gas, Netanyahu responded. And then, it's pretty much the same thing. Netanyahu says, and this is what he's declaring, right? No, I don't want to look up. I mean, we have to have that victory. We can't have 3/4 of a victory. We can't have 2/3 of a victory, because Hamas will reconstitute itself with these 4 battalions in Rafah, reconquer the Gaza Strip, and do the October 7th massacre over and over and over again. And for us, for Israel, not merely for me, but for the people of Israel, that's a red line. We can't have Hamas survive, he continued. And and then down here, the U.S. and Israel had disagreements disagreements over how to defeat Hamas, he explained. But the Israel leader, his first priority was protecting the country's security and future. And then, moreover, the war was supported by the majority of Americans, he argued. It's very true, because there's a lot of Christians here, and God calls us to support Israel, God's people. And when we do, God will bless us. So we, as Christians, we see all the sin in the world, and we see what's going on in the U.S., and we're just hoping that God will tarry and not judge us and allow us to continue to live. So it's very interesting, right? So that's pretty much it. There's really not much more to the story. It's just pretty much the same thing, right? And then, this is what Netanyahu said, is when asked specifically about Biden's hot mic moment about having a come to Jesus conversation with Netanyahu, the Israeli leader said he was not familiar with the phrase. I can tell you that if it means having a heart-to-heart conversation, we've had plenty of times over the 40 years that I've known Joe Biden, over the 12 or 13 conversations that we've had since the beginning of the war. But ultimately, I'm the prime minister of Israel. I'm responsible for the security and future of the Jewish state. I am supported in my policies uh, by Israelis, he said. So, it's funny that Biden, like, this is the hilarious part, right? Is Biden's over here saying we need to come to Jesus moment, and I don't think that Biden's ever opened up a Bible and read the Bible. So honestly, if anyone needs a come to Jesus moment, it's Biden, not Netanyahu. Netanyahu was even on camera speaking to his troops, reading, pretty much quoting Psalms 144. So it's, if we open up Psalms 144 and just read the first little bit. It says right here, "Blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for battle, my fingers for warfare. He is my faithful love and my fortress, my stronghold and my deliverer. He is my shield. I take refuge in him, and he subdues my people under me." Um, and that's pretty much what he told the new graduating class of Israelites, or the Jewish, RDF, or IDF, my bad, not RDF, IDF, Israeli Defense Force, when they were graduating. So very, very interesting. Let's go into this next story and make sure that there's no sound playing. All right. So this says NVIDIA faces lawsuit. So this was the opening picture, right? Artificial intelligence. Tech giant faces lawsuit from authors over alleged copyright infringement in AI models. And this relates to the mark of the beast, or what we're going to be doing. Getting something implanted into our bodies and or our foreheads, and we won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. And this is just another step closer to that, right? This isn't necessarily the mark of the beast. This is another step very close. NVIDIA faces lawsuit from authors over alleged copyright infringement in AI models. Um, let's see. So their works included, so Brian and Abdi said their works were included in a data set of 196,640 books that were used to train Nemo to simulate ordinary written language before it was removed in October due to reported copyright infringement. The authors proposed a class action lawsuit in San Francisco, saying that NVIDIA admitted it trained Nemo on their data set, therefore infringing copyrights. But the suit is similar to the lawsuit filed regarding AI copyright infringement. Um, it's very, very interesting. So we're seeing that the battle has been already started with AI, and it's getting more in depth and more in depth. And what they're doing is these big companies know what they're doing. They're gonna have to pay. Come on, I hate these stupid ads. It's just always talking. But let me go back here and make sure that, oh yeah, that is muted. So whatever. But the battle has already started for AI. So they just have to weather the storm, and then AI is going to prevail. There's not going to be anything that happens, because they know that there's going to be lawsuits, and everyone's pretty much corrupt, and everyone wants the AI to win, and they're making so much money now already that it doesn't really matter. So actually, let's go into this story. It kind of is the same thing. Goes with the AI. But it says AI is not ready for prime time. All right. AI tools like ChatGPT have gone mainstream, and companies behind the technology are pouring billions of dollars into the bet that they will change the way we live and work, and they already have. Alongside that promise comes a constant stream of concerning headlines, some highlighting AI's potential to churn out biases and inaccuracies. When responding to our questions or commands, generative AI tools, including ChatGPT, have been alleged to violate copyright. Some, disturbingly, have been used to generate non-consensual intimate imagery. And that's only because Taylor Swift, everyone, they have their nose up her butthole, and they don't see the evil that she is. She used to be Christian, And now she's one of the most demonic people, just throwing it in your face, throwing it in your face, and she doesn't care. She doesn't care, you know, and she always makes sure that you know how generous she is. And then she complains about global warming, but then she has her private jet that she just takes, like, on short trips all the time. They're just lying. They're a bunch of liars, adulterers, and anyways, let's continue. The most recent, the concept of deepfakes hit the spotlight when um, pornographic AI generated pictures of T Swizzle. Um, oh no, I don't want to click on that little heart either. Dang it, AI is not ready. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're right here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Most recent content, the concept of deepfakes hit the spotlight when pornographic material, AI generated images of T Swivel spread across social media, underscoring the damaging potential posed by mainstream artificial intelligence technology. Oh, and then Biden had to step in to bring, white knight for this demon. President Joe Biden urged Congress during his 2024 State of the Union address to pass legislation to regulate artificial intelligence, including banning AI voices, impersonations, and more. He said lawmakers need to harness the promise of AI and protect us from its peril, warning technology's risk to Americans if left unchecked. Now, see, is that going to happen? No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because all these people in here, they're being paid. They're being paid. And they can say thank you to you. We're paying all these people. And this is Mike Johnson, Speaker Mike Johnson. So we'll see what he does. He reads the Bible, prays, we'll see, So yeah, but as most of these people, yeah, no, they ain't gonna do crap. They ain't gonna do crap. They're all on the payroll. But if this is what Biden actually does, then that's actually good. It's good. I have nothing against that. Will he do it? I don't have any hopes. I don't think he will. He only has a few more months left anyway, and then they're going to put Trump in. So that's going to be interesting. But his statement followed a recent fake robocall campaign that mimicked his voice and targeted thousands of New Hampshire primary voters in what authorities have described as an AI-enabled election modeling attempt. Even disinformation experts warn of AI. Man, disinformation experts, it's just people that want to control what you think. It's just stupid. Warn of AI's threat to polls and public discourse. So a few expect Congress to pass legislations reining in the AI industry during the divisive uh, election year. That's not stopping big. Yeah, see, that's not stopping big tech companies and AI firms, which continue to hook consumers and businesses on new features and capabilities. Exactly. Most recent ChatGPT creator OpenAI introduced a new AI model called Sora, which it claims can create realistic and imaginative 60-second videos from quick text prompts. Microsoft has added AI assistant Copilot, which runs on the technology that underpins ChatGPT to to its suite of products, including Word, PowerPoint, Teams, and Outlook software that many businesses use worldwide. And Google introduced Gemini, an AI chatbot that has begun to replace the Google Assistant feature on some Android devices. And we're already seeing how all of this is, um, yeah, it's like bias in training data can lead to a biased AI outputs, it wrote, and have concerns respond to the accountability. Google's Gemini AI tool, previously named Bard, answered similarly, but a bit more caution. Generative AI is having a moment, but there are mixed signals about mass adoption. When CNN asked ChatGPT and other generative AI tools are ready for the mass adoption, it responded yes, but added a caveat. Ongoing efforts to address ethical, societal, and regulatory changes are critical for response and beneficial mass adoption, right? And this is crazy, right? Watch, let me I don't want to necessarily show anything bad, so I hope nothing comes up. AI, what would I even type? It would be AI girlfriend. Um, I gotta be real careful with this. I don't want to do I don't want to do anything bad, but there's apps. Okay, this is apple.com, so that might be safe. And this is bad, right? It's like, look at AI girlfriend, AI friend and dating simulator. It's got 4.6, right? Let's see, why be alone when you can talk to AI? These conversations have been really cool. I'm enjoying this app. I like to use this app when I'm feeling sad or down, or like talking when you feel it, you know? It's just this is just crazy. This is just crazy because now you don't even need, and this is it gets way worse than this, right? An AI generated AI girlfriend app is a virtual girlfriend simulator that utilizes artificial intelligence technology to create a realistic and interactive experience for users. This app allows users to chat and text with a virtual girl, simulating a relationship experience. And let's just get off of that. It's just that's too much. But it's getting way worse. Now there's and that was just real basic. There's AIs that are taking off clothes, reprogramming, so that way you don't have to go start a relationship. That way you don't have kids. And then AI with airplanes. We saw that, so that way they can't refuse an order. They will do the order no matter what. AI in the stock market, investing. There's AI on cars for self-driving. There's AI in robots. Like we saw AI military uh, robots. Let's see, new military robot will change war forever. U.S. Army developing. Let's see, this is defense news. U.S. Army developing integrated formations of robots and humans. Washington. When was this? This was October 9th, 2023, by Jen Judson. Where the U.S. Army is using years worth of experimentation with robots and engineering technology. So we see that, and and then we have the DEWs, directed energy weapons, right? Directed energy weapons are defined as electromagnetic systems capable of covering chemical and electrical energy to radiated energy and focusing it on a target, resulting in physical damage that degrades, neutralizes, defeats, and destroys an adversarial capability. And this is Office of Naval Research, and that's where it came from. So you guys can go look about all of this, and then but this all ties in with AI. Test footage of the UK hazard. Let's mute that. So test fire of the UK's Dragonfire laser detected directed energy weapon. Now that's simulated, right? So now you can't base it off of that, but this is what they're doing. This is exactly what they're doing. Oh, that's an hour long. Let's play this, see what's going on. No, I guess not. Anyways, so let's get back. So AI is changing the world how we see it already, and there's nothing that we could do to stop it. But this is how a lot of things are conforming to bring in the New World Order. the mark of the beast, and the one world currency, because everything will be technology based. Everything will be technology based. So, you know what? Let's move on. We're gonna go to this. Russia produces 3 times more artillery shells than the U.S. and Europe for Ukraine. So, we're looking at this. Russia appears to be on track to produce nearly 3 times more artillery munitions than the U.S. and Europe. A key advantage of what is expected to be another Russian offensive in Ukraine later this year. Russia is producing about 250,000 artillery munitions per month, or about 3 million a year, according to NATO intelligence estimates of Russia's defense production shared with CNN. Now, if you believe that that's all that they're producing, I highly doubt that. I highly, 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 highly doubt that. They're probably producing more. That's just probably what our intelligence tells us. Um, let's see. The U.S. military set a goal to produce 100,000 rounds of artillery a month by the end of 2025, less than half of the Russians' monthly output, and even that number is now out of reach with 60 billion in Ukraine funding stalled in Congress, a Senator Army official told expert last week. Of course. Um, what we are in now is a production war, a senior NATO official told CNN. The outcome in Ukraine depends on how each side is equipped to conduct this war. See, it's funny, like they just told you right there, we are in war with Russia. We've been in a World War III, WW3, since Biden became president. But this is all part of the big scheme. This is all part of the big plan. Trump will be president this coming year. But it's we had to have 4 years of building up with Trump, so that way it would set the stage of Trump can do no wrong, Trump can do no evil, give, 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 give. And granted, I was cool with that too, right? Because this was before I found Jesus and started realizing everything and how it plays a bigger picture, and and so then he had to lose the election, and and so that way they could destroy everything while they simultaneously start earning a whole bunch of money and printing it for themselves and then pumping it into Ukraine, because we have a lot of military bases out there, and it's like our black site for all the stuff that we can't do here in the U.S. And then when everything's officially destroyed, then the government can say, all right, well, get off our backs. We got to start, switching everyone to a digital currency, bringing all these people together, just like we see, is the end of wars, the Antichrist spirit. Whether Trump is the Antichrist or not, I don't know, but he's charismatic, he's rich, he brings people together. He's and you could say that he's not charismatic, that he offends a lot of people, but it's you look at him, a lot of people in person have a hard time hating him. He's on video several times, people just loving him. And but there's a lot of evil that he's done in his life, and not just overall, but what he's still continuing to do. So that's how the government's already setting it up. Remember the world stage. That used to be a big phrase. It's the world. The world is a stage, and everything on video is acting. So it's very, very interesting. But they said it right there. We're in war with what we are in now is a production war. A senior NATO official told CNN, and NATO is pretty much run by the United States. The U.S. military set a goal to produce 100,000 rounds of artillery against Russia's 250,000 and NATO. So Russia, U.S., and NATO. Interesting, right? Anyways, let's move on. Let's see. This one is just to wrap it up. Another about Netanyahu, kind of. Let's see. So, Mirwan Issa, Israel tries to confirm Hamas's military number 2 killed in Gaza. Um, let's see. Isa is known as a shadow man for his ability to stay out of sight. Was one of the three top Hamas leaders who planned the October 7th attack on Israel that triggered the war, and believed to have been directing Hamas's military operations since then. Israeli army radio said al Nuseirat, whatever, camp in central Gaza has been bombed on Saturday night following intelligence about the location of Isa, second in command of Hamas's military wing, the Is al-Qassam uh, brigades. The attack killed five people, the report said. The Israeli newspaper Haaretz reported that Israel was checking whether the facilities include Isa. A Palestinian source said that Israelis had hit the place where they thought Isa was hiding, but could give no details of his fate. The Israeli Defense Force (IDF) and Hamas officials did not immediately comment on the media reports. On Sunday, in an assessment rounding up the operations from the previous 24 hours, Israel said its forces had killed militants in the central Gaza, but did not mention the camps. So, just more stuff, right? We're just seeing how all of this kind of wraps up, and it brings a really good picture into, or just draws a really good picture of what's going on, what's happening, and how things are shaping out for the second coming of Christ. So that's really all that we got, is to sit back, trust in Jesus, have faith, and to keep our heads down a little bit and try to stay off the chopping block. I guess, I don't know. And but God gives us promises, and the coming of Jesus will be here shortly. We see a lot of things that are going on in the world, and I find it hard to believe that Jesus coming back is not soon. Um, Within, I don't know, within this year, next year, or the next few years, we'll see. We'll see, but I think it's very, very soon. But other than that, I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Probably gonna upload some more videos and stuff. This is my day off, my Sabbath. So I'm gonna go just have a little bit of fun. Think about God. I gotta go work out right now, and just relax. Just relax. Well needed. Worked really hard this whole week, and if anything kind of is crazy going on in the news, I'll definitely update you guys. But I appreciate you guys being here, and thank you for sticking around. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.